We're live. Wait, are we live? Oh, I think we're live. Hello, chat. Chat. We're not muted.
No, you're not muted.
I guess we're not muted for this part. Okay. And hello, and welcome to the Globe Lab. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, this is our first live stream. We're not going to be doing a lot of live streams on this channel, but we decided that it's a really good idea for Dan and I to kind of debrief not only ourselves but you guys on how spectacular this weekend went, and all the ups and downs and lefts and rights and all the fun we had. So, hello, Chad. How's it going, you guys? We are streaming on all three channels. TDDS, TGL, and of course Unfornicated. And hello,
UNFD.
Yeah, UNFD. Because this is a kid friendly show, you guys.
That's right.
So chat, behave yourselves.
Dan should behave himself. And
so the reason why we wanted to have this on both of our channels as well as TGL is because people who normally go to those channels will be able to then get a link in the either the description or just come over to the Globe Lab. So if you aren't aware of it, then here we are. Virtual swear jar, love it. Oh yeah, how many How much money did you put in the swear jar this weekend, Dan? 100?
Probably close to it.
And it was only like 25 cents per swear, right?
It was $1 a swear, but yeah, we can go down to 25 cents. Yeah. Look, I made a point of at least not doing it loudly or doing it like at the table.
Yeah. Where the kids were.
Usually it was me with the back to the table, grabbing my mic and saying.
Boston Conscious says Dan owes enough. And Boston Conscious, hello. He actually hung out from beginning to end on Saturday. Yeah. And he helped take everything down Saturday night. So thank you, Boston Concerts. Let's get some oh wait, we can do this. Yo. So we decided that we're going to use StreamYard for this. And because it's fancy and it's easy. So yeah. Easier than just using OBS and Zoom, because Zoom kind of just whatever. This is just a little bit better. You weren't swearing at the kids, just near them.
I mean, near is a bit of is relative, relativity at its best.
Will Collins showing up. Hello, it's been a long time. Yeah, man. How's Landon? How's the family? Glad you're here. Make sure you subscribe to the Globe Lab. Like it says right here, new approachable experiments released monthly. We're going to change that releasing to release because we're officially on the go. So Dan.
Yes.
Let's walk the audience through exactly how this weekend went. So let's start with Friday night. What happened Friday night?
So I got a little bit of a late start. I had a little personal reasons, some things to take care of, calling some dad things. And I was also had to finish some last minute packing, loaded up everything in the truck and started the, well, according to GPS, it was only supposed to be a 3-hour and 15-minute drive to your house. For those who don't know, in New England, traffic starts at noontime on Fridays.
On Friday.
Especially in the great state of Connecticut, apparently. So it took me 4.5 to get to you. I was being fueled by caffeine and anger through most of the drive. And just as I was getting on the highway, my neighbor sent me a text saying, "Did you mean to leave your table in front of your garage?"
Whoops.
That was problem one.
Yep.
Then, the drive was the drive. And then get checked in. I basically texted you and said, I'm getting something to eat. I'm taking a nap. I will text you when I get up. And
So
we
you
met up
want to
later.
know? You want to know my my wife's interpretation of that? So you're not meeting with Dan tonight?
No, I was there. I just wasn't going to be very good company until I had a few minutes to kind of, calm down a little bit, because it was all of 84 through Connecticut. And then it was getting on the Mass Pike.
Mhm.
And then it was getting on 495. 290 was fine, but then getting on like every time there was a merge, it was like, oh my goodness. Oh my cat. I'm about ready to strangle a cat. But no, I mean, I knew what I was getting into, but I haven't done that drive in more than a few years, so I forgot what it could be. And I probably had a little too much caffeine in my system. So I'll be honest.
So then you show up, you text me, you're like, hey, I'm at your door, knock knock. And then
We had a visitor.
We had a visitor. We did. And who does our audience think that our visitor was? Who
Okay, well, if
also
they're in my
came to
Discord,
house?
they already know.
Oh. Yo, Jim Daniels. Yo-yos are cool. Yo-yos are cool. Jim Daniels is it needs to go down in history as one of the biggest reasons why the Globe Lab was such a success this weekend. Donating a ton of resources and making this entire weekend possible. So thank you, Jim Daniels, and thank you everybody else who donated to the Globe Lab.
We do have a couple of guests.
We do have we have one with CC.
No,
DC,
was
it
not
CC?
CC.
No, was it this one?
No, wasn't that person either.
Nope. It was, drum roll, it was Red's Rhetoric. Yeah, he came over. We hung out in my living room for a little bit, or in my office, and we were just shooting the shit. And I was
we were
whoops. We were shooting. We were
hanging out.
We were hanging out.
And we were it was my first time meeting not only Mike, but also the first time I was meeting Red's Rhetoric.
Yeah. And this was also jumped off to me.
Oh yeah,
this little guy right here. So this it doesn't have the propellers on it, but it does have the battery on it, because I was just moving all the videos I took with it off.
Part of the Globe Lab Air Force.
Yeah, it's the Globe Lab Air Force. We have 2 more drones we're going to be using as well.
Right, it's part of the uneffed Air Force.
Yes. Yeah. Stop the Stupidity actually did something really nice for you on Fornicated.
Oh, look at that. Stop the Stupidity with gifted 5 uneffed memberships. Thank you, buddy. I greatly appreciate that.
Let's go. Stop the Stupidity with the support. Thank you for that, for helping out our buddy Dan over here. You know what? I forgot what everyone's doing tonight. Everyone's over watching Toon, I'm assuming. I haven't even tuned into that. I haven't tuned into Toon. There weren't any cops called, so it could not have been that one. That is true. Yes,
that's true. Otherwise, there would be a screen share of the selfie of squatting down next to her being dragged away with the deuces.
You met Reds? Dan, how are you still alive and not melted? Says Boston Concerts.
Well, I wore sunglasses. And to be fair, I mean, the rest of our Friday night was kind of ran through pretty quick. Mike got his new play toy that he just showed off.
Yes.
We talked about a few other things that we have kind of in the pipeline. And we decided that we were starving. Or I'm sorry, starving.
Starving, dude.
So we went and had gourmet dinner at Wendy's.
Yeah. I got a gourmet burger with 2 patties and bacon.
Yes, Red's had a face. And you know what? Regardless of what he says, he's a decent looking guy.
He-
I got better
a
hair
very-
than he does, though.
He's a very he has no hair. Stop the stupidity with 5 gifted memberships to TDDS. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that support. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Boston Concert says, by the way, thanks for the invite. Were you gonna come up?
You're gonna come up an hour for Wendy's, dude? I mean, seriously.
And then we were just chilling on Friday night in the living room after Wendy's. And Russ was like, so he was making all these plans.
OBS scenes.
Yeah, so what were you doing, Dan?
I was trying to build OBS scenes that we would use for the stream. We brought 2 of my cameras. You were bringing 2 or 3 of your cameras. The problem is I hadn't hooked them up to my laptop yet. I didn't have the software for them or anything else. So I was just trying to make scenes of some sort.
Yeah. And it was good. You did really good. It was off the bat, dude. It was like, how long did it take you to set that up? Maybe like 20 minutes, a half hour?
20 minutes, but I really wanted to try to find those, like the neon blue light to put behind each and every screen. So it gave a little radiant glow like I do on my channel.
Yeah.
But you know what? No borders, no backlighting. You know what? Whatever. It sufficed the job. We can improve upon that as we go through.
And Boston also said yes.
Yes, he would have came up.
He would have come up.
He would have come up for Wendy's. But no, it was. I tell you what. Well, actually, here. So then Friday night ended at around midnight.
Yeah.
I think Grayson went to bed somewhere around 11.
He wasn't even. Let's not. He wasn't even in bed when you left. Like it.
That's true. He decided to come out and give us updates about his bedtime. I was reminded of toddler life. It's been a few years for me, so I found that entertaining. But around midnight, we all scattered. Well, Reds and I scattered, and we're having a conversation because Reds was going to be joining us on Saturday morning. What time are we meeting at Mike's house?
Well, first off, Reds was making all these plans. Like he was like, "All right, I'm gonna help you guys set up, blah blah." And then he's like, "All right, what time do you need me to be here?" I'm like, "We're leaving here at 7:30 in the morning." He goes,
"So you did not say 7:30. You said 7."
I said 7. Yeah, you're right. And then he was like,
because that makes the next story even worse.
Yeah, yeah. And then he goes, that means I'd have to leave at 6. He's like, yeah. Is it cool if I bail? I was like, dude, there's no obligation for you to come at all.
The only person who was obligated was me and Mike.
Yeah, exactly.
And to be fair, Jess was obligated just because she had to babysit you and I.
Oh yeah. She was our handler. That's for sure. So
we'll come back to that in a minute, though. But
yeah. So then comes Saturday morning. Dan.
So my alarm goes off at 6. Now I probably didn't go to bed till sometime around 1:30, 2 o'clock because I got some notifications that I had a derpling on my channel talking about on one of my videos, which again don't really care. I get a few of those. No big deal. So I get up at 6. I turn off my alarm and throw my phone across the room, and it goes off at 6:30 again for me to get up, and I can no longer reach my phone. So now I have to get up, shower, change, bypass the continental breakfast, and run down to the car because I had to make 2 quick stops on the way to your house. So I texted you at 7 o'clock. Hey, I'm just pulled in to the store. I'll be in and out, and I'll be at your house in roughly 15, 20 minutes. No answer. Go finish up the store, go to Mike's house, knock on the door. Or I'm sorry, there's a doorbell, right? So I just quickly tapped the doorbell because I'm afraid I'm going to wake up the whole house. No answer. Tap it again. No answer. Finally, I'm like, well, as far as I'm concerned, you had 2 chances. So now I just lay under the button. And all of a sudden the door buzzes. I come in, I go running up. Mike opens up his door. And as he's opening up his door, I'm walking into the door and I see Mike running away from me in his boxers and t-shirts as he's saying, oh, 4-letter word, I slept through my alarm.
Oh man, and I was the one who was all like, we gotta make sure that we're on time and all that stuff. Oh my god. So yeah, Dan saw me in my boxes. But I mean he wasn't complaining. I'm just kidding.
No. It wasn't all. So it took us a half hour or so to get going, about 45 minutes. Jess was ready to go in like, I don't know, 10.
Yeah,
15.
she was. Yeah,
she was already. I mean, it seemed like she got out of bed and was like, "We're late." Got dressed and was like going into mom mode of like, "What needs to be done?"
Mm-hmm.
Mike's running around trying to figure out breakfast.
Yeah, but then we got everything packed up and we were out of the house by like 8:15?
8:10, 8:15.
Yeah, and then and the earliest we could even get there was 8.
Right.
So then we drive all the way there.
Right.
Both of our cars. He's following me.
Right. Okay. Now the funny thing is, Jess is driving, who drives like she's from downtown Boston, which I can appreciate, seeing as I lived in downtown Boston and I live in New York and I learned to drive in LA. Driving behind Mike is a different story, by the way. He drives like he's from Florida or New Hampshire. Take your pick.
New Hampshire. I drive like I'm in New Hampshire. I did live there for a little while.
Yeah. So we finally get there and like all of the roads are in downtown are basically blocked off.
Mm-hmm.
There's one checkpoint to go in. Now we had a little diversion to kind of get in there. We finally got in there. I'm actually 2 cars. There's 2 cars between Mike and I. I have a screenshot of the email that allows me in on my phone.
So did I.
And so did Mike, but he also had all the other paperwork too and everything else, right? His name's on the list, everything else. So as the cars are backing up, there's now 5 of us waiting. There's 1 car in front of Mike, then 2 cars, then me, and then there's cars pulling in behind me. And they're like, we need to open this up to 2 lanes, speed this up.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike goes to the right, I go to the left. Mike still has a car in front of him. I got a car in front of me. Mike has a car, or no, Mike, you didn't have a car in front of you. You went right up, and then there's
I went right up.
And there's a car in front of me, and then me.
Yeah,
the car in front of me goes through. There's bomb sniffing dogs. There's cops doing interviews and everything else. Are you supposed to be here? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Car pulls off. I pull up, start talking to the guy. He basically says, he goes, do you have the letter? I said, oh yeah, signed by Captain Faye. It's right here. He goes, okay. And he kind of looks in the windows. He kind of looks in the back windows, and he has the dog, like walk around. He'd say, put it in park and turn it off. Did that. Dog walked around, sniffed everything. Says, all right, you're good to go. And I'm like,
I'm still there.
Mike's still over there. I'm like, I'm with them. I don't know where I'm going from here, but I'm with them. I need to wait for them. He goes, oh, just pull up over here. I pull up to the side of the road, about 50 yards up. 3 more cars pass.
Uh-huh.
And I'm watching in the rearview mirror before Mike and Jess, excuse me, Mike and Jess finally pull alongside of me and roll down his window.
So they were giving me the 9th degree. Like they were like, all right, we need this form. I'm like, what form are you talking about? Like, this is all I was given. I just have to show this to you, and then you're like, okay, you're good to go. But he had a list of names, and he's like, so what's your name? I give him my name, and then he goes down the list. He's like, you're not on this list. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not on this list. Like, what do you mean I'm not on this list? And I was like, and then the whole time I'm like thinking like, oh my God, Dan's definitely not on the list. Like what's going to go on with him? Like, why is he ahead of me? Just like sitting there, like, is he waiting for me so we can leave? And he was like, the cop was like, oh, I can't let you come in here, because you don't have your name's not on the list. I was like, but the form's right here, man. Like, it's not even a form. It's just a letter saying that I can be here. And
And then,
and then
you point at me and say I was with him up there anyway?
yeah. So then I was like, my partner is like ahead of me, and then the cop turns around to the cop that talked to you, Dan, and then they're like, they're together, and then he was like, oh yeah, he was fine. And then my cop was like, okay, yeah, whatever, just go drop off your stuff real quick, and then go. But then they had to sniff my car and stuff, so the bomb sniffing dog went around my car, and then
You had
finally,
everything but a cavity search.
yeah. And then I pull up next to Dan. I'm like, what the hell was that all about? Anyway,
and I just looked at him. I said, what took so long? And he goes, dude, he was asking me a bunch. He's like, they were asking me like a bunch of questions, like my blood type, my kid's name, in a cavity search. And he goes, how did you get it? I said, he asked if I had the letter. I showed him my phone. He didn't even look at my phone. I said it was the one from Captain Faye, and he said, yeah. And he let me in after he sniffed he looked in the windows and sniffed the truck. And he's like,
yeah,
this isn't right.
Yeah, I got the one who was going by the books a little too much. But like, I don't know why my name wasn't on that list. It's a mystery to me, but whatever. We were able to get through, and then we dropped off all the stuff, and then the planning.
Okay, no, wait. Remember, so 10:30 cars had to be off the road.
Oh yeah,
and we're like halfway, like in the line of all the tents that are up and everything else. Now this goes across various streets. At 10:29 and 30 seconds. Two cops in a golf cart roll up and says, you guys need to move these trucks.
Move it. Like, okay.
Like, yeah, we're getting there. I'm just trying to find my keys real quick so we can go. And he's like, no, you need to move them now. And I'm like, okay, aye, Captain, we're on the way, And so then we had to go park, which was, I don't know, a quarter mile, half mile away.
It felt like 4 miles.
Well, here's the other thing too, is we found we were taking the very long way around because of how the streets were closed and stuff like that. So it was a long way.
Yeah, driving was longer than the walk-in.
Yeah. So we drive over there, we park. Mike jumps in my truck because now we have to go get the last WTF items, that we realized we don't have. Like, I'd already bought a table, but we realized Mike forgot something very important at home.
The tablecloths.
The tablecloths, the ones with the name on them that he had spent money to get to make sure we looked professional.
Yes. The fancy ones.
So we had to go home and get the tablecloths. Then we had to get some more water. That's what I forgot. I forgot the water. So we had to go get a case of water because it was going to be hot and humid.
Nice.
We forgot. Jess wanted us. She pulled a mom on us. Wanted antibacterial wipes and hand sanitizer because we're going to be around kids and stuff like that.
Yep.
We had to pick up.
There was a few things.
Pick up a couple different things. Yeah. So we finally get back. Oh, and ice for the cooler. Finally get back. It starts at 12. We get back at like, and by the way, we couldn't drop off everything at the tent. We had to park in the parking garage, put everything in the cart and pull it to where the tent was.
Yeah.
Got everything sorted. Supposed to be open at 12. We got like at the parking garage like at 11:45. We didn't get anything open until like 12:30. There's a bunch of kids walking around like, are you guys open yet? Like, what are you guys gonna be doing here?
Yeah. My wife was the front lines for the entire time that we were gone. And so like I was like, just tell them it starts at noon. Like we'll be ready at noon. Like it starts at noon. So then we finally get everything all set. And then let me pull up put you over here. Boop, boop. Yeah. I'm not subscribed to my own channel. All right, now I am. Let's see, day one. Let's do this one. So we get all set up. By
the way, the setup was a mix of planned and unplanned engineering.
Yes.
Because we came up with some bright ideas while we were there.
We did. And it was kind of like, hold on, let me mute that. it was like the bright ideas were really forced. But we made it work. Like it was super windy. As you can see, like the wind is blowing the curtains all over the place. The curtain, like these black curtains were such a good idea because
Yes.
it made the tent just like a little bit more real to me, I guess. Like, a little bit more like, I don't know. What are we looking for words? I don't even know.
It did two things. It cut off like those little pole areas where people try to squeeze in.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
because even though it's fabric, people didn't want to go that route. We also had cameras at various locations. I don't know if you can see my mouse on here or not. I guess it'd have to be on your mouse, but there's a camera right above, like right where Mike's head is. There's a camera right above Mike's head that's pointed down.
Yeah.
And then you can see the arm of the other camera that's to the left of Mike that's pointed to the experiments. And then
Yes.
we had one in the back corner looking inside the tent, so you guys can see what we were doing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So the black curtains originally were supposed to be planned because for some of our, we're going to close the curtains kind of behind us because it's going to be like magic show, science like magic, but only real, kind of mentality.
Right.
So we're going to close, like, put the curtains behind us so that way you could see everything and stuff like this. And we can do everything from either behind the table or in front of the table, however we could decide to do it. And it ended up not being that way because there's nothing structured. So
Yeah.
it was like, who wants to see science? And then we just go do it.
Yeah, that was a really cool idea too, because as kids were waiting to paint planets, we could be like, "Hey, while you're waiting, like let's do some really cool stuff over here." Right? And then you did the marshmallow trick over here.
So
Pause
right here.
Yeah.
In the lower left-hand screen, that is Ramon's Logic and his two kids.
Oh yeah, Ramon's Logic hung out with us for quite some time.
Yes, he hung out, him and his kids. Some of the coolest kids I think we had all weekend. Got to BS with Ramon a little bit about his history and some of the things, and it was cool just to sit and just chat. Kids got to paint. They were one of the first ones there to paint and everything else. He was even offering to bring his telescope down to do solar telescope, like some solar imaging. But the problem is like the street that we're on it's one narrow and two, like all the buildings are 3 to 5 stories. So it's like a hallway.
Yeah.
It really is. So it just so happened that it actually ran that the sun was more or less like left to right anyway in that hallway. So we probably could have done it. But just the idea of any telescope being around all these people, because there is a lot of people, as you'll see later on, near a leg of a telescope or something like that. It just it was going to be bad and terrible.
Yeah, especially the 8-inch Edge HD. But really quick, we have CK member for 14 months. I don't know who your membership for 14 months is. That I don't know if that's TDS or
yours. I haven't had membership for 14 months.
Okay. Well, thank you, CK, for the 14 months of support. Holy moly! And also, happy birthday, Calder. Yo, let's go. It's Calder's birthday. Man, I have not been on Discord at all. Like, I'm sure that there's been plenty of notification for that. Happy birthday, Calder. I love that.
My camera just zoomed. Is that what happened?
Yeah, your camera has a life of its own.
Oh, hold on.
So what I want you guys to notice also is up here, you'll notice how disorganized this whole painting thing is. And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I planned that disorganized. Okay. Now in contrast, we're gonna look at day 2. Same cameras, same setup, same everything.
And this is what happens when you put Jess in charge.
And then this is what happens when you put Jess in charge. You might notice a little bit of a difference, just a little bit. So everyone has their own little tray. Everyone has their own set paintbrushes. Everyone has their own water cup that's changed out regularly. So yeah, That's that's the difference between my wife planning things and me planning things.
And like you'll notice I have my sunglasses on quite a bit because it was bright
Yes.
and it was reflecting off windows, reflecting off the road, reflecting off every golf cart that went by. Oh my, it's like every time I took it off for in a certain amount of time, to be like, oh, hold on. I got to go put them back on because it was like, oh,
Yeah, there was
it
lots
was
to go.
brutally bright.
Yeah. And so the camera angles don't really do the crowd justice. My one of my coworkers came to the Lowell Folk Festival, and he hung out for a little bit, and talked to us for a little bit. But yesterday, I in the office, I saw him, and he mentioned that there was over 150,000 people at the festival this year.
For the whole weekend?
For the whole weekend, yeah.
Wow.
That's an insane amount of people. And like you can kind of see up here on the top left, like just the foot traffic. And one of the cool things is none of these kids we saw twice. I mean, there were a couple kids that came from the day before to do another planet. But yeah, but I mean that was fine. There was just a couple of them. And I mean, like the line of kids was just so. It was just they were like I don't recall a time where there weren't kids like all 4 seats taken up except for here.
There was always at least 3 seats being taken, if not 4, and there was usually a lineup of kids where we were trying to do experiments to try to keep them there and entertained. And the interesting thing is we had next to us one of the tattoo parlors from Lowell who was doing they weren't doing tattoos, otherwise Mike and I probably would have signed up. But they had temporary tattoos for kids and adults and face painting.
Yeah.
So because there was 2 painting booths next to each other, it was like they would jump from one line to the other. Like when they were done here, they would go over there, or they're over there, they would go over here. And it was kind of funny to kind of play back and forth. And they were some of the coolest people to hang out with anyway, because because we were talking about all the people we had and all the kids that were coming by, and it was a great time to kind of like because they had their family there, you had your family here, and me, and it was just kind of like it just felt like a family barbecue with just 100,000 150,000 people, your closest friends there to have fun.
Yeah. And what was kind of sad on the second day is, as you can see from this angle.
Oh, look, I'm stuffing my face. I thought I was off camera.
So their booth was closed. They didn't come in the second day. The face painting.
And I was eating over there because Mike's daughter was in my hammock chair.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's my daughter right there.
Yeah.
There she is.
Oh, there she is bringing me my lemonade as I'm off getting food.
Oh my God. That's so awesome. I didn't know she did that. That's so cool. How nice of her. So yeah, that's and then also these little teddy bears that you see this little girl in front of this little girl. There was an entire trash bag full of these little like handmade teddy bears. So where these came from were from the senior living in Haverhill. I guess they like all these old people would make these by hand, and then they donated them to the Freemason Lodge of Lowell.
Well, it's the Masonic Lodge, but
the Masonic Lodge. My bad. There's a creepy hand on my shoulder. Don't worry about that. Yeah, the Masonic Lodge. And then this dude in the morning was walking around with this bag all up and down the street. And I guess he was looking for someone to give them to then give out to the kids. And I guess like since we're like one of the earliest ones there, he stopped stopped and talked with me and Jess, and then he just gave them to us to just give away to the kids. So that was super freaking cool. So like if they were interested in science or anything like that, if they wanted to like hang out and do some cool stuff, then we offered them a bear. So
and one of the hardest things for I think for Mike and I both is that we had 40 Artemis stickers to give away that I had purchased. We had T-shirts that were donated from Jam Jar Bear Creates. We have the teddy bears and everything else, and we were like adamant, like we have to give, like, because we gave none out on Saturday
Yeah,
because we just
none.
kept forgetting about it. And on Sunday, we're like, we have to give these out. Jess had the bears next to her, so of course she was handing them out left and right. I tried to help, but she goes, "No, I've been doing that already." I'm like, "Well, I'll just go quit helping now and go back over here." But I turn around, there's 40 stickers and there's 10 T-shirts still there. Like, we need to move these next to Jess.
Yeah, which we did, and then as you can see, is that? I think that this was before we moved it next to Jess. Yeah, but then we. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, the shirts. Oh no, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, the shirts over there with the stickers. But then it came like the recipients of the shirts were parents of kids that engaged with us.
Yes.
So if they engaged with us, we're like, okay, cool. Like, you want to hear what I have to say about the Globe Lab? That's really cool. Here, have a T-shirt. So that was, and then the Artemis sticker kind of went hand in hand. Like, anybody who got a T-shirt got an Artemis sticker. Then then we also got to plug the Jam Jar Bear Creates.
Yes.
You know how
who's here in the stream now, by the way. Thank you, Dave, for all the donations.
Was that?
Said he's actually here in the chat now, so thank you, Dave, for all the donations.
Yeah, Dave, thank you so much for all those shirts. It was really cool because you know, like shirts aren't one of those things that you just give away, you know. So
right.
Like, especially at like a festival. And when you're like, hey, you want a T-shirt? Here, have a cool free T-shirt that says this means the world to me. And you know, they look at it and they're just like, wow, that's really cool. Like, thank you, you know. And then you get to talk about like the story of it, where it came from, you know, the father and son team with the autistic kid, and how they how they designed the shirts and all the products together. You know, it's really just something for it's wholesome as hell, and I appreciate that, Dave, for the donation.
Well, and it was funny because there's parents who are coming, like, oh, how much does it cost for us to paint planets? It's like, it's free. And then we were handing out shirts and they're like, oh, how much are the shirts? Like, no, it's free. Like, a lot of parents were just trying to, like, you know, buying this. A lot of them asked about like the origin story for the Globe Labs, you know, how Mike and I, you know, came together to do the, you know, the collaboration. If you watch the stream, you know, you've heard that story probably about 100 different times. Our biggest hype man, and I want to say this early and often in this stream, our biggest hype man was Jess. And the only way that this went off with just minor glitches is because of Jess.
Yeah.
I could focus in on the stream or doing the experiment, and Mike, you know, was doing something. If Jess had to go eat, you know, finally had to go eat or whatever. Having your daughter there to help us with some of the stuff was amazing. Having Boston Concerts there to help us on Saturday was amazing, because he could look at chat and say, hey, we're having problems with the stream while Mike and I are doing something else, whatever it was. How you did this with one person last year, I have no idea.
It wasn't easy, but I gotta tell you, just having the community really come together was awesome to make this work. And of course, Jess, like last year, she was injured. She couldn't make it even if she wanted to. She did want to last year, but she had injured her back and was just immobile. She was not going to be able to help out. But this year, you know, she had her surgery. You know, she's recovered well, and she's and obviously she's very, very, very much able to help out this year. So yeah, big shout out to my wife, hashtag Queen Jess, hashtag Jess is the best. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Jess.
Yes.
ASK, I missed you. I'm so sad I can't make it to streamer camp this year.
And Sour Pounder, who actually, let me rephrase that. He was trying to stay away from Flat Earth because, you know, it's boring and it's the same old stuff over and over again. And he gets a gift membership. So, that was thanks to stuff stupidity. And he also wanted to say congrats to us and others on Lowell. It sure was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just really wholesome. It was really rewarding. Like look at those kids. Like they're having a great time painting these planets. And if we weren't there, they wouldn't have been able to walk away with like a little souvenir that's probably already in the trash. Like the parents are like, oh, okay, that was fun. Like
Right.
with Grayson, like I'm like whatever. Like they have toys that just they last 20 minutes. But like it was really cool to watch them, and then just their reactions to the science experiments was
Yes.
so cool. Like especially with the marshmallow, they loved the marshmallow one. And when I put like here, for instance, like I mean, like even some of the adults were like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting that to happen."
Right.
It was like the adults were enjoying it too, and it was just like there was nothing else at the festival that was like our booth, and like people could walk away being like, "Hey, I learned something today." I had a lot of fun at this booth. And there were other fun booths too. Like there was one booth down the road that had like a straight up like ball pit pool. But like, you know what? Whatever. We had science experiments. Rewarding.
Yeah, and it's interesting though because one thing I noticed is that we had 0 conspiracy theorists who showed up.
Mm,
So that to me was a mild surprise.
yeah.
Because the second day we had a whole other tent that we could have used to have a sit down and conversation with. And of course we didn't get a chance to use it. But there are some parents who are very much engaged in science and math and things like that with their kids, and you can tell. Like Ramon's Logic's kids, like they were on point with almost everything. And like they knew what a hypothesis was. They knew what like if you asked why they thought this, they had answers. Like you can see that he spends a lot of times with his kids, like going through the whole process. And but I would say every parent was involved with their kids, like whether it was painting and keeping them like corralled and everything else and making our job a lot easier. But when you had kids or whose parents were in like maybe a STEM field or something like that, you could tell the difference because there was one kid there that I was doing the marshmallow theory. All right, we'll start with the marshmallow. His hypothesis was, oh, it's going to shrink down really small. I'm like, well, crap, just ruined it for me. But he was right, and come to find out, it's his grandfather had got him Crunch Labs that comes in every month. And, like, to hear that, I was like, "That is so cool."
Yeah, that is cool. Love that. Gravity Pen for $10. Thank you so much for that super chat. Are you going to do this next year? Gravity Pen LLC will donate $1,000 of physics toys merchandise for you to utilize however
Wow.
you see fit. That's insane.
Thank you doesn't cut it to that. I don't even know what to say.
So, I mean, this is 2 years in a row. I don't see why we can't make it 3. And
I don't see why not either. I'm gonna have to refill my cup here with juice.
So thank you so much, Gravity Pen. That's insane.
Yes,
let me get in touch with me, and I'll get in touch with me here. Let me just put this in. I'm gonna put this in the Globe Lab chat. Wait, where are you? Are you on? I wish it would just show.
Don't you? You can send DMs.
Can you send DMs on YouTube?
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to.
Whatever. All right, there's my email address.
Oh wait. No, put user in timeout. No, I can't do anything. Never mind. There's your email. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's there. It's there.
Yeah. So I put the email in. Let me just do all destinations. Screw it. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, we'll set something up. That's insane. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gravity Pen. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's, I mean, physics toys for the kids next year.
Yes.
What? That's so cool. Talk about
So,
blow minds away.
Two interesting things. So one, everyone needs to put like W's in the chat for Gravity Pen. That's for sure, because that's huge. That makes our life a lot easier. Because it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like we did this because we wanted to do it. And it's like, yeah, we know we had a lot of money that was donated. We still were using our own money and stuff like that, because we're still trying to figure out like all the receipts and stuff and make sure we had a donation that went out. But just to have like that pressure off of our of like for next year is already like, all right, cool. Well, we need to figure out what we're going to start doing for next year. Like I'm already excited about doing next year.
Yeah.
But with that being said, Mike, there was a couple things that I found very, to quote Jaron, interesting.
Okay.
We had multiple teachers.
Yes, we did.
And you talked to one specifically, so I will let you tell that story.
Yeah. So there was a teacher that, I mean, there was a few, like you said, but there was a specific teacher that came up that was very interested in what we're doing in our cause and all that kind of stuff. And she mentioned that she wants to use our videos as part of her curriculum.
So, and this is after what we said, like what we had planned. Like we had no videos, and we told her that.
Yes.
We don't have any videos, but this is what we have planned. And we talked about some of the different ones that we have planned. Like we were talking about zero gravity density towers. We were talking about zero gravity flames. We were talking about
that's gonna be so
what was the other one? Another idea that came up today was talking with Marcus Leach and building like a horn antenna that we can point at, let's say, the sun to see we can see when the sun rises, because the frequency will spike. There's a couple different things that we can do that we have planned in our head. We're going to use drones. We're going to use telescopes. We're going to we have lots of things kind of going on. So we had mentioned to her what all these things were, and that's when she said, "Well, you know what? We use YouTube and other channels as part of the curriculum. So, she's like, we'll use yours for part of the curriculum too." And it's like, oh, wow. Yeah. And we thanked her. She walked away. And Mike looks at me and goes, "Yeah, no pressure." And I'm like, "Mike, I didn't think about pressure till you just said that. Thanks."
So we're actually, we're thinking of like different playlist series and stuff like that we can work on. Go away. Sorry. There's Grayson being Grayson. And one of them I'm super excited about, Dan, is the planet one.
Oh yes. Okay.
Planet series.
We had a bright idea. Physics for every kid. Okay, cool. Thank you, Ramon's Logic. There's something in general chat for us. I'm gonna pull it up on my side and we'll look at it. It's a book. All right, cool. I'll show it to you in a second. Oh wait, I just lost. Hold on. StreamYard. Okay, sorry about that. So Mike and I were talking last night because we were going to try to do this last night, but we're like, nah, just nah. Just, my throat.
I had to work yesterday.
I didn't, but I felt like someone caned my feet while I was sleeping, because if you didn't notice in the video, I was wearing flip-flops the entire weekend, because as Geek pointed out, you can take the boy out of Cali, but you can't take the Cali out of the boy. And I chose poorly. So much so that when I woke up on Monday, I seriously thought someone had caned my feet while I was asleep. It hurt. Yikes. Everything hurt. Yikes. Like more than it should have. It just proved that I'm now 50. No, but we were talking last night about some ideas and some other things, and I had something that I was thinking about doing on my side, but I didn't really have any of the the extra parts to kind of go with it, like the side dishes, so to speak. So we were talking with Mike is since we have access to telescopes, why don't we show that planet on a live stream with telescopes while we're going over fun facts about what we know about the planet, how we know them, and stuff like that. Whether it was the Russians sending the probe to Venus and what happened with that, and because it rotates backwards compared to Earth, and that its day is actually longer than its year, and how like and like how Uranus is at like almost a 90-degree axis tilt, so it basically rolls around the entire solar system, things like that that we can kind of share about the planets in the solar system as a whole and make it part of the Globe Lab.
Yep.
While showing pictures of those planets taken by us.
Yes. And I'm very excited about that series. It's gonna take a long time because obviously we can't see all 7 planets.
True. Yeah, Mercury is gonna be a little hard.
Yeah. But
well, actually, no. I mean, with a solar filter, we just have to get a really big solar filter, probably.
Yeah, we can make it work. But yeah, so that's one of the cool things we're gonna work on. Again, using the drones to measure the curvature of the Earth.
Right.
Let's see.
Parallax measurements.
Yeah, parallax measurements.
So we can find the distance to the sun and distance to the moon.
Yes. And also going back on your last one with the antenna, watching the sunrise and watching watching the what do you call it, waterfall?
Yeah, it's the waterfall and the SDR show up out of nowhere because the sun rose, not because it was too far away.
Yeah, because
it's like the little things trying to let's make science fun.
Yeah. And
with a
trip
to Home Depot.
With a trip to Home Depot. Yep.
And 2 mildly competent morons. I mean, dads.
Awesome. So chat, let's open this up to you guys. If you guys have any questions for us, please let us know. Any recommendations for things that you'd like to see on the Globe Lab that your kid came home one day and was like, hey, we did this really cool thing at school. Just let us know, because it's been a while since we've been to middle school.
Well, middle school, high school, and someone actually brought this up to me, is like, what age group are we looking at? And I'm like, you know what? I don't think we've kind of narrowed it down. However, I think we can cover the gamut of like middle school to high school, with different levels of complexity. So let me share this real quick. Hold on a second. So this is what Ramon's Logic just sent us. Easy activities to make learning science fun. So that is going to go into my cart right now, and I just realized I'm somewhat doxing myself.
We'll take that down.
Yeah, we'll take that down. That's all right. I don't fucking care.
It's all good.
Come find me. That's all I gotta say. So basically, it's a physics book. So that's gonna be kind of cool. It's gonna be things like that. I know that in my Discord, Patch Von Braun has said multiple times about things like there was a couple books he had as a kid and his son had as a kid that were like, I forgot what they were called. He'll remind me, I'm sure, in a minute, and remind me exactly what it was. But along the same lines of like, here's some absolute things that we can use, and that's some of the things. But while you guys are coming up with some of these ideas, and whether you guys come up with some of these questions, we got something for you instead. Put on your Suno caps and write us an intro song for the Globe Labs.
Yeah.
Open competition. And whichever one Mike and I decide on, you get something free from the Globe Labs or the Unfornicated store, or maybe the Drunk to Bunk show. I don't know if you have a way to gift through your store like I do, but
I do, yeah.
Okay. So somebody somewhere will give you a gift from that. So yeah, please give us an intro song. and we will, if we like it, we will make it winners.
Yeah. So Suno, whatever music, even dude, a live band. Not
Yeah. Oh, dude,
yeah,
if you can do
if
it live, even better. So DPD bunks, if you want to write a song,
Yeah,
have
there
your
you go.
band perform it, that works too. I'm not gonna nothing's disqualified here.
Yeah. ASK makes a really good point. The kids love dry ice. That is
The
true.
problem, see, now, so here's the thing. Now, one of the things I thought about doing for this festival, it was my first idea, was to be doing a cloud chamber, which uses alcohol and dry ice to kind of create to where you can see alpha and beta particles landing in like an aquarium, for saying the word.
Mhm.
Two problems. Dry ice, we're there for 8 hours. We need something to keep the dry ice
Contained.
contained and and not what's the word, subliminated, basically. Wow, why is my camera like that that close?
Listen,
Holy
that was
crap.
a dramatic zoom. Like
Why
that
is my
was
camera
good.
doing this today?
It only happens when you do this with your hand, so I think it might
Oh
be
crap, hold
gesture.
on. I did not realize I had crap.
Oh, Cuppy makes a good point. Just get more dry ice to keep the dry ice cool.
Okay, also keep in mind we have to carry this in.
Yeah.
Just,
We have to carry it in.
I do not mean to do this way, but that's the problem. Okay. My fingers were doing it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It was gesture based. So that reminds me when I had to go and pick up the Amazon package and then run through the festival with just this giant box,
waiting for security to tackle you.
I don't know how I did not get tackled because I was like booking it with this giant box. I was like, what? I'm like, I was just waiting to get tackled or talked to or something, but nope, nothing. So
I was right. Thank you, Ramon. I was like, it's not subliminated, or whatever.
Sublimated.
You know what I mean?
There we go.
Yeah. So I mean, it was something I was thinking. I thought it'd been really cool, but then I'm like sitting there thinking, like, this is a festival. We're there for 8 hours. How do you keep a lot of dry ice?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we have to handle it. Plus, we're around kids. Like, I was guarding my laser pointer.
Oh yeah.
With my life to make sure that nobody, like, some kid tried to stick his head around the side. I had my hand up, and I'm like,
oh, I didn't even bother with the light. I mean, that was a really cool experiment with the mister.
Yeah, it would have been better if it was darker, but yeah, I mean, we kind of were fighting a losing battle on that one.
Dan was spritzing the water at the laser light to show that the light was traveling through the vacuum chamber, but like on both sides. It was really cool. It was really cool.
How long would we like the intro track to be? A normal song, anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So we can basically scramble in the back rooms getting ready to go live.
Like we did for 20 minutes.
To get water and everything else that we need to at the last possible second.
Yeah, exactly. All right, cool. Well, Dan, do you have any closing statements?
I had a blast. It was fun. The kids are great. The parents are great. Mm-hmm. I'd say I could probably say there's maybe one parental interaction that was less than desirable. Won't go into details. We can talk about that offline, but it was great to see the kids. It was great to see the people there. There's great to have everyone there asking questions.
Yeah.
To me, it's odd to have people interested in what I have to say, so to speak. Let's put it that way. Like, they were generally interested about, like, okay, what do we do? And the funny thing is, when we explain what we do, the first words out of our mouth is like, we have 2 independent channels that are not kid friendly that that are using for debunking myths and conspiracies and things like that. And then we decided that we need to make a dad channel for kids and do making science fun again and everything else. So that way we can prevent the next generation of flat earthers and conspiracy theorists. Because if they have the foundation of how things work, before they start hearing this stuff, they can look at it and go, nah, you're full of crap.
Yeah. Yeah, that was yeah, I mean, you have some interesting things to say, dude, especially when you bring up your military experience. You know, it's like, oh wow, I mean, the stories that you have from the military is awesome, and like how you can apply
Those
that
stay on
to
my
what was that?
Yeah, a lot of them aren't real safe, but
Yeah.
but some of them are. I mean, but but the problem is they're anecdotal, is everything else. Like okay, Nick, see, you got a bright idea. So like bring your own tank of compressed CO2 and you can just make your own dry ice. Like, okay, big tank of compressed CO2 is heavy.
Yeah.
The problem.
Yeah. I mean, if that was like the one thing that we were doing, yeah. But we were doing a lot. And the whole space booth thing, I was super stoked about it. But when we got there, it was just it was at the end of the day, Dan and I were in the car and I was like, I'm glad we didn't do that because of all the stuff that we had to like manage without it. It would have just been so messy. And plus it was super windy. So
Right.
with the curtains just on the back of that secondary booth that we set up, it was like taken off like with the wind. Like it was literally lifting up off the ground. I was like, imagine if all the sides were all contained. Dude, that thing would have been like down the street. So so yeah.
I think like I went in with like rose-colored glasses thinking we can do all this cool stuff. It could be structured. We could have show times. We could have people set up. And it's not cut out for that because one, Saturday, there was no breaks. I mean, it was all gas, no breaks the entire day until we finally got to like 4:30, 4:45. And we're like, it slowed down finally. Let's start breaking things down.
Yep.
The first thing I wanted to do was go get something to eat and go back to my hotel.
Yeah.
Like everything hurt. I wanted to go sit in the pool. I wanted to sit in the hot tub. I wanted to do anything I possibly can at that moment and get out of where we were. But there's so much going on. There's really so little space that you have to be very conscious of what you have. Like the one vacuum chamber was the perfect size. We can move it. We can push it around. We can do everything else. We didn't get a chance to use the Newton tube, but as I'm fitzing with the Newton tube, trying to A, figure out how to make it work, and B, trying to like set it up, I realized it was going to be flying all over the place soon. So I need to be very conscious of how we set things up and like what accidental bumping can do to things and stuff like that. Like we had a TV on a table. And Sunday, I was waiting for that TV to fall over backwards from the wind. I mean,
I didn't even think of that now, like
until just now.
Yeah, until just now. And what really stinks is that on Sunday I lost the power cable. And so we didn't even have the TV going. So what the TV was doing instead of doing the space booth was just playing the live stream that Reds and I did together with Saturn. So that's what we ended up just having on the screen so we could say like, this is the kind of stuff that you can expect from the Globe Lab.
Hey, Tune's here. He just ended and raided us.
Let's go. Thank you, Tune, for the raid. I guess we have to keep going a little bit. You down for like maybe like a little bit.
Well, here's a question. So we kind of learned some valuable lessons, obviously. I think our biggest problem was streaming. Now, let's talk a little bit about our streaming setup.
Yeah, let's do that.
We had my laptop, which is a pretty good laptop. That wasn't our problem. Our problem was our uplink. So we really only have 4 options. Starlink, which again, we're in a hallway. That's a problem. A 5G modem, which is what we were primarily using, which would mysteriously drop down to 4G at random times and bump the stream.
Yep.
Probably because there was 150,000 people there all on 5G.
Something like
So
that.
that's a problem. There's an ISP carrier Wi-Fi there that is Xfinity that works pretty well for at least a certain amount of times, and then it seemed like you're using too much bandwidth. Get off.
Yeah, I mean, for 4 hours on Sunday, I'd say that's pretty damn good.
I mean, we could have like booted it off, gone off that, and then come back, and we probably would have been good for another 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then our other thing was basically hijack anybody who had a unprotected Wi-Fi, which we inevitably did, for other things. So we had like chat on my tablet that had its own Wi-Fi. We had the laptop that was streaming, that its own Wi-Fi. Your laptop, which was streaming, the Saturn one, that was also on Wi-Fi. So I think what it is we download the videos we want to show first.
Yeah.
Put them on the laptop. That way we aren't streaming that. And at the same time we try to find something a little better. I think the local ISP was probably the best bet.
Yeah, I think that was that was pretty good for a decent amount of time. But yeah, so thank you for the 10 joules, Jay Gill. I appreciate you. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
Hold on. I'm gonna turn the camera off real quick.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, I mean, it was. I think the streaming setup. I mean, I think we did the best we possibly could. Is there room for improvement? Yeah, but it's just that the biggest problem in this again goes with the telescope and everything else is that you are literally it's a 2-lane road with parking on the side.
Yeah,
and a sidewalk. And then you have buildings that are 3, 4, 5 stories high on either side of you. There is not a lot of sky to see.
Go back.
Jabberwock. That exactly is the problem.
What
Seeing as I work for a national ISP that masquerades as a local one.
Oh yeah. So I was gonna say something, but Grayson distracted me. I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, so the streaming setup, it was good for on Sunday. It was good with the Xfinity. So
Saturday was crap. We admit that.
Saturday was Artemis all over again.
Now, Mike, CSA brings up a valid point. I could make us a Cat 5 cable, and that city office where we stored everything in between Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, we totally could have run.
I'm sure we could have found a switch.
Yeah, or just or
talk to Lee or something like, hey.
Yeah, their cybersecurity is absolute trash. You know what? I bet we could have just run like set up even our own Wi-Fi switch and just without even having to run a whole cable.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I didn't see them. I did not see the city on the available networks, so they must have named it something else. But like we had restaurants near us and stuff like that. It would have been like, obviously we don't want to take away their guest one or anything else, but maybe because we're close to that city office, maybe we can talk to them about maybe running a wired connection. That might be something we can possibly do.
Yeah, and we're in the same spot that I was last year. So
yeah.
Steel City, yes, we did record the entire day Sunday, but we recorded after we stopped the stream on Saturday. So yeah, so
you didn't miss much.
Yeah, but I mean, it's you see 5 minutes of it, you see the whole thing. Like it was just constant kids coming. It was kids and parents, getting oohs and ahs at the cool experiments we did, and yeah, an overall really good time. It was really rewarding.
If we had a conspiracy theorist show up,
Oh yeah,
then
we would have mic'd them up.
absolutely it would have been recorded, and if it would have been live streamed and recorded right away, and it would have been clipped up and put on the channel.
There was actually there were a few people that came by that recognized me from last year.
Right.
And one of them was like, "Oh, my ex is a flat earther."
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
and
right. She was, I remember her from last year too, because you had like a 10, 15-minute conversation with her and her friends at the time.
yeah. And then yeah, it was but and then and I'm so glad that X is now in front of that. Oh, there we go. That's for you.
Yes, and telling kids not to eat the marshmallows because they all want to eat the marshmallows. It's like, look, A, we can't feed you. B, it's like jerky. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Once it's experimented on, you don't want to put that in your mouth. And I didn't really help with that because I go, hey, you guys like marshmallows? A few times.
Yeah, that was probably the wrong way to start that.
I can't give you any, but I can show you a cool experiment with them.
Yeah, because then you gotta battle like, did the parents give them sugar? Are we now crossing in some parental boundary and everything else?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it was really cool. And now that there's 161 people watching, definitely let us know. Either email us free candy for kiddos.
Yeah, free candy.
I mean,
right out of the white panel van that's parked next to us.
Yeah.
Well, so here's one thing I was thinking about, Mike, and we would have to go there between now and like the next one to kind of figure out if we can do this. So you can build a solar cooker satellite, so or
Ooh.
antenna, like out of it's like a foil lined it's a solar cooker.
Are we gonna melt rocks?
No. We could possibly point that up and actually download if we have sightlines for GOES, a constant feed of GOES satellite pictures every 10 minutes.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Use Brussels sprouts, no problem with kids eating them. Yeah, no kidding.
Actually, we did do some vacuum chamber experiments with the styrofoam balls. I was thinking that they would like explode or crack or do something. They did nothing.
Well, because they're molded, they're formed, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if you threw in regular styrofoam, maybe you'll get a different change. But I mean,
yeah, I guess you're right.
But like Ramon brought up something like you should freeze a cherry and then like put the ice cube in the vacuum chamber. I think we need a second stage for that, and then you could show freeze dried food.
I think it. What was it? Patrick Von Braun wanted me to put in an apple.
No, that was Calder.
That was Calder. Well,
I think it was Calder. Maybe it was Patch. I don't remember.
I gotta tell you, the only reason why I didn't put an apple in there was because I didn't have one.
Yeah. Otherwise, trust me. Before we were on Sunday morning, before we were recording, Mike and I had a small conversation, and I'm sure it was mostly, in our minds, except for like maybe a couple sentences of like, what else can we put in there? Now, when we're talking about the marshmallows, I want to pause for a minute because when Mike and I were getting out the last minute WTF items, we didn't get marshmallows. So kudos to Boston Concerts for A, walking down to CVS, and B, buying them all out of marshmallows and wooden sticks, because Mike also forgot the wooden sticks for the planets.
Oops.
And luckily I had bought some when I was at the store that morning, just on a whim, because I'm like, I don't think Mike probably has enough sticks because he didn't last year. And even with all the sticks, I bought, the sticks Boston Concerts bought, we ran out of sticks, and we had to start taking apart the paintbrushes we were going to throw away because they had seen too much paint, breaking off the ends and using those as sticks. So Boston Concerts, you are a legend for the help. Thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to actually make a a poll here. So I want you guys to guess. Oops. I want you guys to guess how many planets were painted. 100, 200, 300, or 400. I want you guys to guess. Is this like, do you guys see that in the, so put 1 for 100, 2 for 200, 3 for 300, 4 for 400 in chat. All right. You think, all right. So yeah, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, or 4. Just put it in chat and then send it.
Here you go, Mike. There's a valid question.
How could you forget that when you had to break the model pieces of sticks last year? I actually, like, this was from last year, and this is what, like, the frames that hold like model pieces together. That's what he's referring to. I had to break up like like the frame from a model. But this is from last year, and it's one of the kids. I was hoping to see this kid again, but he didn't come back. But.
And here's one more I want to talk to real quick is Nick, and I actually broached this idea with Mike. I wanted to get a small helium tank and some 160 balloons, or which are small ones they use for balloon animals. They only get as wide as an inch wide. So I was going to just put a little bit of helium in it, enough to make it float in the Newton tube, tie it off, let it rise up in the Newton tube, then suck all the air out of it and watch it grow, and then watch it fall, because it's a helium balloon. Watch it fall, and actually the gravity take it and move it to the bottom of the Newton tube. Yeah. So that's kind of what we were kind of thinking of doing. But that idea is also pretty cool too. Just tie it off and you think it's empty, and all of a sudden when you have a pressure differential, you'd be amazed what's still left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really cool.
So we got a lot of 3s, some 4s.
Oops. God dang it.
Where's the poll at?
Is it dinosaur? Oh, why am I just clicking things? All right, there we go.
I don't know.
It's a dinosaur.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
All right. So, so a lot of some of you, so it was over 400. Over 400.
Mike had to order another 80.
Yeah.
For us to just barely make it through Sunday.
Yeah. And we ran out. We ran out of the big ones, of the ones that I ordered. And then we had to resort to, like, because I got a total of like of 350 or like 400 balls in total, but they were all varying sizes, and I didn't know that they were going to be like this freaking big.
They were like asteroid size.
Yeah, they were asteroids.
They were literally.
That's what Dan called them.
I mean, I don't even have anything to demonstrate how small they are here. I mean, I guess you could say that they were about here. This will work. They were like this in diameter.
Yeah, they were small. And of course, you give the kids an option. Do you want to do a big one or a small one? Of course, they're going to be like, "Oh, I want the big one."
Big one.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a little over 400. 400 planets were painted. So that's huge. That's huge. I mean that had to have been more than last year. But,
and Paint Slayer. So there was actually 4 sizes. There was the
3-inch.
There's the asteroid size.
Yep.
Then there's one a little bit bigger. Then one a little bit bigger, and then there's one that kind of fit in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, actually, Grayson, give me one of those balls. Give me one. All right, this is the smallest one.
There you go.
But they're going to good use.
Yeah,
we gave them all to Grayson, all the little ones.
Well, we can do them for the bucket drop too. It'll help. I'm gonna need styrofoam peanuts to break that fall. Oh, I got a good idea for you on that one, Mike.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna share this with everybody. Why not?
Okay.
So 3 different experiments. 2 are kind of in one. Okay. What does a flame do in no gravity? So basically what it is we're going to get a GoPro with slow-mo mode, and we're going to mount a candle in a bucket. I already have it all designed out. We're going to have LED lights in it, and then we're going to drop it from a significant height. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Then the second one is a density tower, where we use common liquids that are colored, and you're going to see it mix all gray. And then we drop it a second time with very viscous fluids like honey and oil and things like that. So when they do mix, they don't mix homogeneously into one color. They actually form spheres. So you can show that the default is a sphere for liquids in free fall.
Correct.
So one of my neighbors, Mike, is
Yeah.
a firefighter for the city fire department, which happens to
Ooh.
have a 5-story training ground and a ladder truck.
Yo, let's go.
So I think if I approach the fire department about helping out with some kids science projects for YouTube,
Yeah.
and we give them a whole bunch of, like, a little bit of promos, a little bit of help, about how they're helping us, and give them part of the intro, I think we might have a case here. You might have to come out here to New York for us to go play with this one.
Oh no. Oh, that would just be awful. Just kidding. That's sick. That is so
Because
cool.
think of it this way. If we have, like, I don't know what all the models of GoPros are, but I know the newest GoPro, the Mission,
Yeah.
is 960 frames per second.
That's insane.
From a 3-story drop, which is what I have here on my balcony, it's about a second and a half. That's like 40 seconds of video. From a 5-story drop, we'd have almost a full minute of video, or we'd have over a full minute of video. So if we're looking at the candle drop, you'll see the candle. You'll see as it's dropped, 2 cameras going at the same time. You'll see as it's dropping, you'll see the candle on the inside go from that yellow teardrop into a round blue sphere. You can see it go into that, and it'll stay that way until, well, it lands.
Yeah, because then it'll just poof. Oh man, such cool stuff we have planned.
But isn't it? But I mean, just think about it. We can use the fire department for our own advantage here, and I'm sure they can probably come up with some ideas too for some helpful experiments.
Yeah, that's awesome. And speaking of reaching out to the people, community guys, let us know what you want to see on the Globe Lab, and we'll be more than happy to at least make it work. If not, MacGyver something so it's accessible. A blue marble.
We'll try it. Look, let's put it this way. We'll try it. I mean, the idea is that, here's the thing. Science is accessible to everybody. We want to show them how. So is it something that we can do relatively cheap? Meaning, let's say $150 or less. Is it something that you don't need a PhD in engineering to do? Is it something that maybe you can MacGyver a little bit of it? We want to make science accessible to everybody. So kind of keep that in mind. Like the solar cooker antenna might be a little bit advanced, but it might be worthwhile because there's going to be some advanced people out there. People like Ramon's Logic, who actually knows how to build stuff and knows science and stuff. And people like Patch Adams, Patch Von Braun, people like, who are engineers to begin with. But we also want to make it so it's also cool for like middle school into high school, and make it so people aren't taking bare minimum of courses anymore, and make it fun.
Yeah. Cygnus wants to know when the next one is. So Dan
a year from now.
Yeah. Well, the next folk festival. Right. I was thinking he meant the the next video that we're gonna do.
Yes.
So I was thinking like probably the end of August we'll have our first video up. If not, maybe even sooner than that. But we have to figure out. We have a lot of ideas, but we don't know what the next idea is yet. So we just need to. Now is like the time to like put it all together, make it happen, and go from there.
Since I already kind of fleshed out the idea of the zero gravity flame, like I've already kind of I have notes over here that of like what's required to build it and everything else. Mm-hmm. And we can carry that over to the density tower. We could do that in the same week. Like we could do that in the same day. Right. And then release them over a couple months and everything else. But like we want to do the sunrise at Cormorant Rocks with the drones. There's a couple things that we can kind of do together. Okay, ASK needs to be banned for its 6'7" joke.
ASK is an OG. She can't. She is unbannable. So she can get away with murder here. Love it. All right. Well, I gotta hop off because I gotta get my son to actually like chill.
All right.
And my wife just cleaned the entire apartment. So,
well, I guess what we should say is, thank you to everybody who tuned in. Thank you for everyone who donated. Thank you for everyone who just watched the stream. Thank you for everyone who's put up with us. And if you have ideas, again, especially for the intro song, that comes with a prize. But if you have ideas of what you guys want to see on the channel or what you think we can do on the channel, if you know of other festivals in the Northeast area that we can go to, there's also that idea.
Yep,
we're going to start exploring those as well. But who knows? If you're in the Northeast, we might be coming to a city near you.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, August 8th, Connecticut. There's a Flat Earth meetup with David Weiss.
Where in Connecticut?
Gosh.
Hold on, let me look.
It's in where is it? I forget. But it's nope. But yeah, it's in Connecticut. It's on Mark Sargent's page. But anywho, enough about that. But yeah, so my final thoughts on it. It was fun, Dan. It was super cool working with you. I'm looking forward to working with you more. Our chemistry is really good. I like you're the engineer. I'm the goofy. Well, you're the goofy engineer. I'm just goofy. And
you're the more sociable one. When my battery drained, I was like, no, I'm done. Like, I got to a point where like, oh, you want to do experiments? Like, no, man, I'm done. I am done.
Yeah.
I'm no longer fun.
Ramon says, thanks again for having us, and I'll see what the kiddos would like to see. Perfect. That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Awesome. All right. Well, on that note, guys, thank you again. All Grayson, come on, bud. I'm wrapping up, okay? So thank you everybody who donated, who watched, who just liked the streams or has been a supporter for a little bit. We both appreciate it, and like this wouldn't be a thing without you guys. So yeah, thank you guys.
And the worst thing to come out of this is you guys all gave us a reason for Mike and I to meet up. Because we've been talking about it and just haven't had this was a good reason for us to do that. So
yeah,
now we get to work more together.
Exactly. All right, I'm gonna turn my camera off because Grayson's being a poop.
All right, say goodbye, Mike, and I'll do the last of the sign off and I'll end the stream. How's that?
All right, sounds good. All right. All right. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one, Dan.
All right, you too, Mike, and everybody in chat. See y'all later.
All right.
Don't forget, send the songs in, put them in Discord, send them by email with the links to Suno if you have them, or if it's a recording, let us know, and we'll go from there. Good night, G. Good night, the rest of Mike's family. It was great meeting them. They're exactly what you think of. How you picture them exactly is how they were. So I will say that. Again, thank you to everybody else. We will see you guys real soon.